So I'm talking with a Korean girl. Can you tell me how old you are and what you do in Korea?
I graduated from university.
And how old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
And can you tell me what subject you study?
My major is nursing, and I will enter the hospital after 1 week.
So you're going to start working at a hospital
As a nurse.
as a nurse in 1 week's time.
I
So-
don't know. After 1.
Yeah, so in English we say in 1 week's time.
Yeah, right.
And when exactly did you graduate?
I graduated in February.
So you must be excited and looking forward to starting your first job?
Yeah.
Okay, say that again.
I'm really afraid because I am a new nurse and I can make a mistake to my patients. So
You should say, I'm afraid I may make a mistake with my patients. So you might make a mistake, for example, give the patient the wrong medicine or inject the wrong dosage of a drug. But I'm sure you have been training for several years as a nurse. How long have you been studying at university?
4 years.
And what was it like at university? Did it involve mostly book learning, or did you also do practical work?
When we have semester, we learned at school, and when we are in vacation, we practiced at hospital.
So during your vacation time, you had a job in a hospital,
Yes.
and you would deal with real patients.
But we were student nurse, but we didn't do many things to patients.
So I think the doctors and nurses at the hospital would not allow you to do serious procedures, but you were able to observe and maybe do some minor things.
Yes. That's
So-
right.
So I know quite a lot about the procedure for nurses and doctors because I teach doctors and nurses at Siriraj Hospital. You can see over there, which is the biggest hospital in Thailand and also the hospital where the king stays, because you know the king is quite old and quite sick. You have goosebumps. Don't worry about it. We can say you have stage fright. You know stage fright? Stage fright is when an actor has to perform, for example, in a theatre, and they feel afraid or nervous. We call that stage fright.
Stage fright.
Yeah, fright means to be scared.
Fright.
Fright, yeah, F-R-I-G-H-T. So stage fright means to be afraid because you have to perform in public. But here there are only two of us sitting here, so I don't think you have to be too afraid.
Sure.
So when you practiced during your vacation time in the hospital, how much time did you spend? For example, did you spend 2 months a year, or how much? Perhaps I can ask you how long the vacations are for students in Korea.
Korea students have summer vacation and winter vacation. It's about 2 months.
Altogether?
Yeah, almost same date.
So you explained to me you have 2 months in the winter and 2 months in the summer. So altogether you have 4 months holiday at Korean universities. So I think maybe it's going to be difficult for you to do a full-time job where you have much smaller amount of vacation. How much vacation do workers have in Korea? So I'm quite amazed you're explaining to me that workers have very little vacation after they begin their career. You're saying they may only have a few days per year, and weekends, of course. So Koreans are very hardworking. In countries like America and Europe, I'm sure you have heard that people can have 6 weeks or even 2 months holiday in 1 year. What do you think of that?
I'm envious because they can have time to travel or something like
Do leisure activities.
do leisure activities.
So time to travel and do leisure activities. So you're looking forward to a future where you don't expect to have any significant time to, say, travel around the world or go for a 2 or 3 week holiday to another country. Is that right?
I had a nurse who worked over 20 years can have a 1 week holiday.
Per year.
For year? Not sure.
For
For
1 year.
year? For 1 year, 20 days, but
Wow, that's amazing. So even after 20 years of working, a head nurse can only have 1 week's continuous holiday. You said she may be able to have 10 days in a year, but not consecutively. She cannot take consecutive days. 20 days, sorry. But these 20 days cannot be taken consecutively. She needs to have the holidays at different times.
Korea. Nurses in Korea don't have time.
Is it only nurses or is it every occupation in Korea?
I think especially nurses.
So why the hell did you become a nurse?
It's so easy to get a job in Korea.
Is that because there are many sick people in Korea?
There are so many hospitals and patients in Korea.
Yes, but why? Is that because there are a lot of sick people in Korea?
Well, a better death.
You're saying you don't want to do this job your whole life because it is very tiring, it is very hard work. But you're only 24 now and you're starting a career which you already have negative ideas about. Doesn't that worry you?
But I will not quit the job. I will be a head nurse.
You want to become a head nurse. How long will it take you to get promotion to become a head nurse?
Minimum years is 13 years.
13 years, that's a long time to wait. What about the salary for nurses? Is it a good salary in Korea?
As a woman, it's a good salary maybe.
So you must be feeling a little sad that your 4 years of university have finished, because that sounds like it was a lot more fun than the work you are going to be doing soon. Did you have a good time at university?
No, we just studied and practice. No, I didn't have a good time.
So it's not like the universities in Thailand where the students have a lot of time for leisure activities and don't spend that much time studying. I think most people have heard of the intense way in which Korean society is structured, where competition and ambition are really strong. So I have heard that students always study additional classes in the evening and at the weekend. Did you do that while you were at university? Did you take additional classes?
We Koreans have compulsory time or to have another class, not major.
Not our major.
As a Chinese, I like Chinese, Japanese, or social skills, computer, many
Right.
things.
So you're saying you have an obligation to take additional classes outside your major, and in your case you took Chinese and computing. So let me just finish with asking you a little bit about your personal life. It sounds a bit like all you do in Korea is work and study. That can't be true. You must have some fun. What do you do in Korea to have fun?
When I have free time, I like to listening to music or watching movies or dancing and meeting friends. When I meet friends, we go to karaoke or shopping or eating some things.
When you go to karaoke, do you sing Korean songs or do you sing Western songs? I am Korean.
I'm Korean, but I don't like K-pop. I prefer USA pop songs.
Should say even though I am Korean, I don't like K songs. Did you say? I prefer American songs, Western songs. Can you tell me one of your favorite Western songs?
Change to Taylor Swift. One of my favorite singer is Taylor Swift. Her best song to me is I Knew You Were Trouble.
Her best song for me is I Knew You Were Trouble. This sounds like a heartbreak story. A story of failed romance, yes?
My ex-boyfriend was Chinese, but we broke. So
We have broken up.
We have broken up, so that song is like my story.
So when you hear this song, you feel sad and want to cry, yes? Don't cry now, please. We're in the park. When did you break up?
Last year, October, after 300 days, we had a relationship.
You remember exactly how many days you had a relationship? Notice I'm using the past perfect tense here. You had a relationship for 300 days. 300 days of bliss and happiness, yes?
It's because it was my first love.
Really? Your first love at the age of 23 or 24?
23.
So do Thai youngsters start their first romance at an older age than we do in the West?
I was late starter
Why were you a late starter?
because I did study. I studied a lot.
Because I was studying too much. So what are your plans now? Are you looking for a new boyfriend?
I want to find another love if I can possible.
If it is possible. And are you looking for a Korean man, or do you want to experiment with other nationalities?
After I had a relationship, the long distance, I don't want to do that anymore.
So the Chinese man didn't live in Korea.
Yeah.
Where did he live?
We met at Malaysia, in Malaysia.
Oh, so it began as a holiday romance.
No holiday. No holiday. I had a vacation, and I went to Malaysia to study English. Just 1 month.
Oh, I understand. So you wouldn't recommend to other girls or boys to have a cross-country relationship or cross-continent relationship, because why exactly? Why is it more difficult?
It's so hard, and I miss him every time, and I feel so sad that we cannot meet.
So you're saying because of the geographical distance, it makes it very difficult to meet, so you're more heartbroken. But don't you think that after you break up a relationship, it's best not to see the person, because it enables you to recover emotionally more quickly?
Yeah, there is so positive thinking.
That is positive thinking. Well, I'd say that's practical thinking. I'm a psychologist as well as a teacher, so I would always recommend to somebody who has a broken heart to stop seeing the source of their emotional pain, because this will enable them to get over the pain and recover more quickly. So thank you for talking to me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your trip in Bangkok.
Thank you very much. Kokum ka.